Welcome everybody to my newest Let's Play. This game is going to look a little different than most of the Let's Plays that I have on my channel. Most of them are role-playing games or puzzle-type adventure games. This is going to be a shooter game, but it does have some strategic elements to it. Kind of thinking like it's going to remind you a little bit of Ogre Battle maybe. But instead of deploying an entire army, I will just be deploying one solo helicopter, but I'll be flying around a map, completing different objectives. There's 4 missions, there's 4 campaigns in this game that have multiple missions, so we'll be going through all of them. Can't just play it like a normal shooter, because like I said, there is some strategy involved in it. If you just fly around blindly, just trying to shoot things, well, you're not going to last too long, so. This game is roughly based on the initial Gulf War from 1990 to 1991. Saddam Hussein was the president of Iraq, and he invaded his southern neighbor, Kuwait. And basically, he was condemned by most of the world, and a 42-country coalition led by America decided that they would push Iraqi forces back out of Kuwait and basically liberate Kuwait from under the grip of Saddam. So this is like kind of said like based on that. So we're gonna have a madman here, a terrorist. Baba, he stuns the world when he invades a smaller but wealthy Middle Eastern emirate and takes over. So, unlike in reality where we had a 42-nation coalition go in, well, in this game we're just going to be a pilot. A lone Apache helicopter will be going in and taking this guy out, thwarting his evil plans. And piloting that Apache helicopter will be another Marty Mousehouse minion, Goose. Goose normally flew a plane, but his mother said he can fly pretty much anything, so anything with wings, so he's going to take on the mantle of being a pilot in this game. Here's the Madman's secret bunker. Wumar, I see that all the missile launchers are not in place for the attack. Get the plans together, or I will see that you suffer the same fate as my last deputy. Your greatness, I want to see my children grow, but your plans might cause the end of all the world. Get to work now, or I'll feed you to the rats from which you came. Yeah, nothing wrong with rats. We celebrate them at Marty Mousehouse. Yes, your greatness, our time of triumph will soon arrive. Not if Goose has anything to say with it. This is Leslie Mansford from EA Network News reporting live. The President has ordered the Special Forces Best Chopper team to deal with the situation. Experts speculate that the President does not want to risk an all-out airstrike, and that the unnamed pilot chosen must be very qualified indeed. Indeed he is! I guess they also don't want to show him off because he's just a mouse. But we will have a human co-pilot with us. We can choose that. You press the Y, and this game has passwords, so when you beat a state campaign, you get a password for the next campaign. I'm just going in the options here. There's different sets you control. I would just go with momentum. Just seems the most natural. You can also choose our co-pilot. So this guy, Xavier Thomas, he's very good on the winch. You can have the winch to pick up ammo crates, fuel, and people on the ground. So he's good with the winch. Aussie Chris here, she's pretty good at everything. He's not the best at everything, that would be Jake. But Chris is a pretty good co-pilot to normally use. She's decent with the winch and decent as a gunner. This guy, actually the game manual recommends that if you want a challenge, try to go through the game with this guy as your co-pilot. So I'm actually going to do that. So Goose is going to go with Lieutenant Dave, and then this guy is also recommended by most game FAQs. He's really good shooting. They say basically use him for the first 2 campaigns, and then for the 3rd and 4th campaign, and the 2nd campaign you rescue Jake, and then just go with Jake for the final. So this is our first campaign briefing. We've lost an intelligence agent in this sector. This agent has the madman's nuclear plans. It is up to you to find the lost agent. But first, you must complete 4 important missions. Destroy the radar sites, blow up the power plant, bomb the airfields, hit the command centers. If you want to survive, I suggest that you complete the missions in order. The world is watching and counting on you. Good luck. So some of the strategy in this game comes from resource management. Your Apache has limited missiles, Hellfire missiles, limited Hydra missiles, and then limited rounds in its machine gun. So you see right there, 1,178 rounds in our guns, 38 Hydra missiles, 8 Hellfire missiles. Now we can pick up more when we pick up these ammo crates, and our fuel starts at 100 and gradually goes down. One thing though that's neat about this game, or I guess kind of maybe a bug, or it's a good thing to exploit, is you never use fuel when you're over water. So basically try to stay over water as much as possible. So we're going to start from the south, work our way up from the southwest to the, from the southeast up to the northwest, and we'll be taking out those radar stations as they mentioned. Now I just kind of went through the map and showed all the things. Now I'm just going to get some information on those. So the land pad, that's where we drop people off. It says we get armor there. For the first mission, every person you drop off restores you 150 points of armor. For future missions, every person that you drop off at a landing station only gives you 100 armor. So, and you can pick up, we'll get those mission and action soldiers. Sometimes you can pick up civilians. Sometimes you can even pick up enemy soldiers that are fleeing that aren't take a weapon up against you. So, quite a few different people to rescue. Here's some of our opposition. So armor is how many hit points it has. Power is how much armor it takes off of you if it hits you. So we have different strategies for dealing with different things. These AA guns, they have armor of 50. A Hydra does 25, and they shoot really fast. So we usually take AAs out with the anti-aircraft artillery with 2 Hydras. The surface-to-air missiles, they have 75 health. A Hellfire missile does 100, so we want to take them out real quick because the missiles do a lot of damage to us, 100 as well. And then also those Desert Rodent, the cars, they shoot really fast, and they have 100 health, so we just usually take them out with a Hellfire missile. Most things though, most of the time you're going to be using your machine gun because you have a lot of targets to take out. Sometimes you'll have foot soldiers on the ground. The inanimate objects like the radars, the power station, planes on the ground, they don't pose a threat, but you do have to destroy them. So for those ones, we'll just use our machine guns. This little guy right here, he shoots, he takes a little bit of health off of us. Each of those soldiers' bullets takes off 5 points of our armor. This is always tricky, this ammo crate here. The gunner tends to default and want to shoot the Jeep that it's on. So, we'll come back and get that later. Now, sometimes you're going to be listening to things because you hear the enemy firing. If an enemy is firing, usually that means there might be a mission and action person nearby. And they can potentially be killed by the enemy forces. So if you hear a thing, go to your map real quick, check to see if there's an MIA close by, and then rescue them, take out the enemies around them. So there's the first radar dish. We have another one coming up here. The general, when he gave us our briefing, said that you should do these missions in order. And if you don't do them in order, you theoretically could defeat things, but the problem is that things have double armor and do double damage to you if you're in a danger zone. So if you do the missions out of order, you get put in a danger zone. And the screen will start flashing, danger zone, danger zone. Basically, enemies will do twice as much damage, take twice as much to destroy. So that's the game basically telling you, like, yeah, it'd be smart to do the missions in order. And the missions in order make sense. I mean, first thing, we're trying to maintain air superiority. So what do? We take out the radar stations. Then we can fly to their power station, take out their power. That'll leave the airfields blind, and then we can just take out the airfields. And once the airfields are down, we can go take out command centers because there's no planes or helicopters to take off and attack us. So I see there's an MIA straight ahead of me. I want to grab that one real quick. At first I always thought this used to be Jake because it said Jake was found by near a lost plane, but you don't get Jake until the POW camps in campaign 2. But you don't want to come for this guy because he's under fire by 2 hostiles. We take out the hostiles. Now we don't have to destroy the jet, but there you get extra points for doing bonus things in missions, like destroying extra things. For instance, you only have to destroy the power station, but you get extra points if you destroy the entire power grid, so I'll be taking out the power lines as well. One thing you don't normally want to take out is these yellow, orange buildings. They're usually civilian buildings, but sometimes they have something important in them, so these buildings will basically be the location of a secret agent later on. Now, one thing when you destroy them with your machine gun, get ready as soon as you see them getting ready to blow up. When you see that explosion, get ready to shoot a Hydra because there's a guy with a bazooka in each of those buildings. So here we're in the danger zone. We want to get out of there as soon as possible because, like I said, enemies will do twice as much damage. And this road is one we're going to be following. But before we head up to take out the power station, we'll just do a little bit of clearing some things out around here. There's another MIA. So these things are now safe to take out because the radar station ain't guarding them anymore. Sometimes when you see the camp blow up, stop firing because sometimes these guys run out. Now you don't get any, you can shoot them, but Goose is a merciful little mouse. So any enemy soldiers who aren't putting up resistance to Goose, he's going to capture them and take them back to the landing pad. It doesn't matter whether it's an MIA soldier or if it's an enemy soldier. Anyone you drop off at the landing pad will get you that armor bonus. Like I said, in the first campaign here, the armor bonus is 150 per person. So you basically only need to rescue 4 to return your health to max, no matter what it is. Later on, though, in campaigns 2, 3, and 4, the bonus drops down to 100. So I want to have an empty load because up in the upper right-hand corner, the northeast corner, you see that there's a green dot for MIAs up there. It's kind of misleading because sometimes it says like you just think, oh, 1 dot, that's 1 soldier, but there could actually be more than 1 MIA represented by that dot. And that one up there is 3 MIAs, and they're under a lot of fire from enemies. So we want to get up there, rescue them, and we want to have an empty chopper because we can only carry 6 people. Now in reality, the Apache has 2 people, a pilot and then the gunner. But for this, I guess for liberties to make the game a little bit, add more incentives to do things in the game, they have the ability to pick things up. So sometimes we can pick up locals. Usually the locals are being assaulted by the bad guys. And you want to usually follow the roads because sometimes you'll see checkpoints and enemy soldiers there. You get extra points for taking out extra enemies. Not that the points do anything, but it's more like a bragging right to, see how much good I guess you can do. So we're going to see a whole bunch of these soldiers. The guys with the bazookas, you can see they have the yellow weapon. You want to make sure you hit them with the Hydra. Soldiers only have 10 hit points, so they can take 4 bullets. But you don't want to waste time. You want to get those guys out of the way as quick as possible because the bazookas hurt. Where the regular soldiers, their little ammunition only does 5 points of damage to you. The guys with the bazookas, I guess they're RPGs, they do 75 points of damage, so almost as much as that surface-to-air missile. So you can get them out of the way real quick. So here is doing just some extra bonus damage to the power infrastructure, and we'll be rewarded for that at the end of the campaign. When you finish your campaign, you do all the missions. In that campaign, you return back to the frigate, and you get your debrief, and that's it. They tell you, you did a good job, you did this, you did bonus extra things. So we're getting a low fuel warning. Once we hit 20 fuel, then we start getting that low fuel warning. Now, the first mission, because it's kind of easy, they want to just guide you into it. They will have the locations of every fuel and ammo crate on the map. in future missions, they won't have on the map ammo crates and fuel that's hidden in under buildings or in tents. So we use Hellfire missiles to take out those surface-to-air missile launchers, and then also take out that the VDA truck. And then we'll finish taking out this power grid here, and then the power station. And then we'll return back. Now, there's going to be power stations in pretty much every campaign. One of the things about power stations is when you defeat a power station, destroy it up, they'll always drop an armor crate. So that's another way to restore your armor, by picking up one of those crates. Sometimes they're also hidden in different buildings as well. So there's the airfield. We'll come back to take care of that later. We just want to get out of here because look, we have low armor. So we want to restore that armor. Now, if you are shot down, you just lose your plane, use your helicopter. You start each campaign with 3 lives, so 3 choppers. You can pick up an extra life in each campaign, but when you start a new campaign, you go back down to the default 3. So I'll be showing off where to get the extra lives. So see, that crate was hidden on things on future maps. That one said that crate is there. We have to uncover it first before it tells us. Another item you can pick up on this undercover is the quick winch, which allows you to pick things up off the ground, people, ammo crates, and fuel quicker. It's always a good item to get. But for now, we're just going to head back to the landing pad, supply our ammo, drop off all these MIAs and captives, and then we will head out to the airfield. You'll see here when I go back to the screen that my armor is now refilled. So I'm back to full armor, full missiles, hydras, and guns. I'll be ready to take on the airfields represented by those planes in our next episode. So take care, have a good one. Thanks for following along, and I hope you continue to follow along Goose's adventures as he heads into the danger zone and tries to free the world from this madman. Thanks for following along. Take care. Bye.